All right, so without any further ado, please welcome to Studio 98.7 in the Bing Lounge. A special thanks to our sponsors, number one. It's presented by Pop Chips, Sundrop, and it's presented by Seaport Auto. So please welcome to the Bing Lounge, Mr. Drake White.
Drake, first off, from one beard to another, welcome. You're in Portland, the city of the beard. So, oh yeah, that was nice too. Yeah. Let me get right into it. When you have a zit in your beard, do you just let it go? Because I got one right now. I need to know. Do you just let it go, or do you deal with it?
Oh, let it go.
Okay. Sick. They're disgusting. I have to deal with them all the time. So you were saying a little something about your dogs. Portland's a big dog city. Can you tell us about your dogs?
I've got a 5-year-old golden retriever named Ryder and a 2-year-old Boykin Spaniel. And I like to hunt where I'm from and duck hunting. Okay, sorry. So I like to do a little bit of hunting, waterfowl and stuff like that. So they go with me and hang out, and it's just one of those things.
I bet they miss you when you're on the road.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
and you miss
terribly.
them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So being a duck hunter, you a fan of Duck Dynasty, the television show?
Oh yeah, I like those guys. It's good. It's good. I like the message too. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really good, right? Everybody around the table, giving thanks and all those types of things. Got a really positive message on that show, and I love it too. So where are you from originally?
I'm from about 50 miles north of Birmingham, in a small town called Hoax Bluff, Alabama.
When you say small,
3,000. Okay. Well, I bet it's up to 4,000 now. It's a booming metropolis.
yes, that's the metropolis that it's becoming.
25%.
Yep.
And so where you currently living on?
I live in Nashville, Tennessee, just south of town, and been living there since '07.
So who are some of your musical influences? Like when you first started, writing music or playing guitar, like what inspired you to do that?
Yeah, I've always loved Ray Charles and loved Sam Cooke and all the soulful guys like that. As far as country goes, I'm probably Keith Whitley, obviously Garth Brooks in the '90s. Growing up as a child of the '90s, I really liked those guys. As far as writers, a guy named Daryl Scott and Guy Clark, and then obviously I like the Allman Brothers and all those rock bands, Tom Petty and Stevie Ray Vaughan, and so yeah.
So when you're writing music, what's your process with something like that? Do you sit down and make time to write music, or do you just like a melody kind of strikes you and you sit down with a tablet? I mean, how's that work for you?
Yeah, it's not. I don't really have a rhyme or reason for it. I'll go out sometimes and do some yard work or get on, just I write through experiences. So it's just it's not. I don't have a place that I go. I tell people all the time. Some people are like, "Man, I woke up in the middle of the night and wrote down this thing," and I'm like, I don't do that. I sleep when I get in my bed. I sleep and so it's not like glamorous or anything like that. It's just like, give me a notepad and I've got this idea and if it's Tatted Up Radio Dude or something, then you go
up Radio Dude.
Yeah.
Well, I hope to hear that single coming out sometime soon.
We can do it.
Do you have anybody that you like when you come up with something like a new song or a new idea? Do you have somebody that you like play it for or run it by, or is it more like you?
Well, in Nashville, what happens is you all get together and you all start becoming friends with your guys, and you meet them just naturally. And over the last 5 years, we've kind of formed a circle of, and you really become familiar with who you start to gel with and write with creatively and music-wise. So a lot of times, I'll have the idea and I'll be like, man, this would be great for Brent Cobb. This would be great for Jaron Johnston. This would be great because their personalities, and so we grow together. And I've always been really grateful to be a part of a class, and there's classes, in Nashville as the years go by, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, so I feel very blessed to be a part of the class that I'm in Nashville right now, and so yeah, I hope I answered your question.
Any ladies in your life? Are you a single guy? I mean, what's it like to be on the road?
I'm been dating a kindergarten teacher
That sentence started out a little shaky.
To that teacher part quicker.
We've been dating 4 years, so it's kind of like, what's the deal, So, yeah, I think we're about there.
What is the deal?
I think I just wanted to. I'm going to answer this seriously.
He
You
has
ready?
dimples
Here we go.
underneath his beard. I can see them.
So, I think it's just a matter of I wanted to get this music, and music is one of those things where you have to give everything to it for me, or you kind of half-ass 2 or 3 different things, and that nothing comes good of that. So I really had to focus on this, and it's not really fair to a significant other to constantly put them in the back seat. So God bless the women of musicians or men of musician, spouses, period, because they do have to get it, and they have to be a special, person. So it's just taken us 4 years to get there. And
I'm not one to talk. It was 6 years for me.
yeah, cool.
And I just have one more question. You said you backstage. You went to school at Auburn, and you actually graduated.
Yep.
That's not necessarily a prerequisite for becoming a musician. Was that a fallback, or was that the plan and this became the dream?
My mother is a very career-oriented woman. She's very successful, and she always asked me to, which I didn't do everything my mother asked me to do, but she always asked me to get an education. You can do whatever you want to, just get an education. And so when I went to Auburn, I just studied building science at Auburn and kind of engineering-based construction management courses there. So, I graduated. So, War Eagle.
So live shows, like what do you got coming up for the folks here in the Bing Lounge and also the people that are listening via the streaming? What do you got coming up? Where can people see Drake White live?
Well, I'll say live is what I live and breathe to do. I love performing live and love my band. My band's called the Big Fire Band, so it's Drake White and the Big Fire. But we just landed a tour with Toby Keith and Kip Moore. So we're doing, just Toby Keith.
Wow.
So we're doing that, but we, you can go to drakewhite.com and check that out. We obviously have all the social networking, Twitter and Facebook and all that good stuff. So, I mean, that's where our schedules are. So
People can find you.
Yep, they can find me. I'm available.
All right, well, let's give them a little taste of what you're all about. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Bing Lounge with 98.7 The Bull, Mr. Drake White.